I dislocated my shoulder putting on a sweatshirt a couple days ago. This is the Uriah Jokes Podcast. Hey, this is the Uriah Jokes Podcast. And I wonder, when bad things happen in my life, I turn them into a joke. And when someone else has something bad happen to their life, they watch me, so they turn their life back into a joke. And that's what we all want to do nowadays. But hey, I'm Uriah. This is my podcast. Do I talk too fast? Maybe. Do I talk too slow? It depends on what internet commenter has some great advice for me not to listen to. But I got some news. I am actually officially moving down to Los Angeles to do the big leap in the stand-up comedy and the luxury car business. That's right. I got a job delivering luxury rental cars to celebrities, the Saudi royal family, and other rich people. So that's right, this comedian is going to be driving around in cars that he can't afford, which means there's going to be a spin-off called Comedians in Rental Cars Bombing at Open Mics, coming to a streaming device near you. Oh, but isn't Jerry Seinfeld have a comedian in cars? Yeah, does Jerry Seinfeld own every car in the world? Actually, he does. Well, comedians in rental cars go into courtrooms after getting sued for stealing the idea about comedians in rental cars. Now that sounds like a mouthful for a show. And speak about a mouthful, let's get to some jokes that always require a mouth to tell. My parents named me Uriah after an angel. Some angel, archangel angel or whatever. I spelled a word wrong, so I'm named after an angle over here, and I can't get an angle on how to make money off of that joke, but that's not the joke. So they named me after an angel because they had high hopes for me. But me, I'm not even a fallen angel. I'm just fallen. My credit score is falling, and now I need an angel investor, and that angel investor is hitting that like and subscribe button watching my YouTube videos. That's right, you guys are angels. Or angles, if you spell the word wrong, which could be right. Depends on which way, which angle you look at the word. But this rental car company, I think it's funny. Me, every single job in America that I've applied for, I got the job. I moved to New York City right before the pandemic started, got the job, and got promoted all within a week. I just wish it was in a dishwashing position, going into a bar back position, to then go into a bartending position. And someone came up to me and like, Uriah, you're the jack of all trades. Well, thanks for remembering my name. Because it was my boss. He's the jackass of no trades, and he makes more money than me. That's not fair at all. But someone came up to me when I got promoted like that, and they're like, Uriah, did you know you only got promoted because you have white privilege? I'm like, yeah, I am white, but I don't think I'm using my white privilege correctly if I'm using it to move up the service industry. I'm not using it good at all, so I have negative white privilege because I barely use my white privilege other than, walking around at night. My white privilege when it comes to getting jobs, I'm using in the service industry, so that's right. So I think it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be driving around in like the new Ford Mustang electric convertible. Actually, I should know more about luxury cars. Now, I have the luxury of showing you how easy it is to get a job if I don't even know what a luxury car is. So I decided this is going to be fun because sometimes I'm going to be driving up to San Francisco, dropping off a car to someone because I guess there's no cars in San Francisco. Only hills of disarray if you talk to the local mayor. So what I'll be doing is then I'll be a comedian in a Tesla telling jokes. So then I'll be driving on in a car, and if I crash it, I will be forever bankrupt and owing a debt to the insurance company. And as well as another thing I want to add is I'm going to start doing live podcasts instead of just this recording format. I did a little test today. Not quite sure how it works as a delay. Have to work with that. So, I'll also need moderators for that. So if you'd like to be a moderator, and I do recognize a lot of people who've been watching these channels since the beginning of them knowing that I exist, which basically is my real birth. I was rebirthed. Which reminds me of my childhood when I was taken into this huge building with stained glass windows, wooden benches. And then I was waterboarded. My parents referred to this as baptism. And people like wanna have kids, right? And this one guy, he was like, yeah, I want to have a kid because then I can be a better parent than my parents were, and I cannot make all the same mistakes that they made, and I will raise up my child like Simba. And I said to him, actually, if I ever had kids, I would want to make all the same mistakes my parents did. So finally, someone would get me. He'd be like, remember when I didn't show up to your soccer practice and then you scored the game-losing goal because you scored in the wrong net? No, I don't remember that at all. You weren't there. How did that feel? It felt terrible. I can't do kids' voices, can I? And then it will be like another generation. Oh, let's see if we can do something fun here. So it would be me like talking to the kid. All right, I missed you. How was your soccer practice? Well, soccer. No, that didn't sound like it at all. Let's try it again. Hey, kid. Sorry I missed your soccer practice. You always miss my soccer practice. Hey, Dad. What was it like when it would be like a Russian, or I'm a Russian nesting doll. My father before him did not watch his son lose the soccer game. My father did not watch you lose the soccer game. I will not watch you lose the soccer game. And one day, kid, you will have kids of your own, and then you will know what it's like to miss your own son's soccer game, and then they will miss your soccer game. It's a never-ending cycle of missing each other's soccer games. And if there's anything this family is proud of and should be putting on their crest of their family crest on their shirt is we do not go to each other's soccer games. We watch hockey. We are a hockey family. I guess another thing to add, I got banned from Cringe Reddit. That's right. Getting banned from Cringe Reddit is cringe. So every so often, my City Hall video from years ago pops back up on Cringe Reddit, and then I decide to defend my stand-up, explain it, or try to get just more people watching my stuff that like my stuff, gain that following, and one day get into the comedy clubs, tour. You guys can go and see me, and it's all part of this. That's what's interesting about stand-up. Yes, it's just a one-man person, but it requires a community of people online to like, subscribe, watch the videos, and then it just keeps slowly climbing from there. Stand-up is a slow climb, and before you know it, I'll get an email, and that slow climb, I'll get a little help with an escalator. It'll take me to the top of the hill, but too quickly, so I'll pass out to the altitude sickness. But yeah, I guess people were like, oh, this is really funny, so I was then linking to my YouTube channel. It's like, if you think this is fun, you'll enjoy my YouTube channel. I was adding to the conversation, I thought. Turns out it's spam. So there you go. I'm permanently banned from Cringe Reddit. So does that make me and my comedy the cringiest as possible? Because me necessarily, I don't think of my comedy as cringe. Like me, my perspective of comedy is it's supposed to be funny. You're supposed to laugh at it, but then people try to read too deeply into it. Some jokes are deeper than others, but if you dive right into a shallow joke, you're gonna have nothing but your head baiting off the punchline. And that punchline is because you dived into the shallow end. Sometimes you don't need to look as deep as you need to do. If you're looking for something that's not there, that's where you find the ghost of Christmas past. And that ghost of Christmas past is the present of the future time of the future joke that I will tell eventually on my way to LA. So I'm moving to LA. I'm going to document the whole thing. But I need to know, you guys, if I start doing live podcasts, what time of day is the best for you guys? Is YouTube the best way? I get monetized through YouTube. but should I go over to the Discord? And thank you for watching. This has been the Uriah Jokes Podcast. New episodes whenever I feel like it. You could get this podcast where you're listening to it right now. I don't know why I need to explain where you could get the podcast. You're already listening to the podcast, unless someone burned it onto a CD. That's right. I'm now the first podcast where you can buy it on a CD-ROM for $5. That's innovation and going backwards for the nostalgia. The nostalgia of the time you'll never get back after listening to this podcast.